Hello, friends. That's Bati whistling in the shower. Just got back to the ship after a pretty lovely port day at Celebration Key. Thought I would pop on a live. I did a quick little post, and a lot of people wanted to know my thoughts on Celebration Key. I'm going to make a full review post and a video, of course, but that'll take a while. So yeah, so I'm just washing my face here. So full makeup-free, authentic Melissa. But yeah, little red from the sun. Bati's gonna come and join me. He's in the shower right now. I told him not to bust out here in the nude. I don't think Facebook wants to be seeing all that. But anyway, the internet has not been so great here, so hopefully there's not any issues. Yeah, I actually had a video that I was trying to post today, and it just like got stuck, so it still hasn't posted. And anyway, I hope I can get it unstuck because it's about how you can find Labubus when you are taking a cruise out of Port Miami. So hopefully I can see comments. Sometimes Facebook is dumb and I can't see comments. And I see I got some folks on here logging on. Nick, Mary, got some other folks. So somebody can just comment, just a quick hello, just so I can know that comments are working. That would be great because Facebook is kind of wonky sometimes when it comes to commenting. Oh, yay! Hi, Leanne. Thank you for commenting. How were the drinks? Anything new? Well, I don't know. I'm actually not a drinker. And my big beef with Celebration Key is the drinks and the fact that you get literally water. I kid you not. That's literally the only thing you get at Celebration Key is a little paper cup of water. Everything else costs money. So one of my sisters got the Bubbles package. My other sister has the drink package. They don't work, which is not different than other Carnival islands, which is dumb. But at Celebration Key, you don't even get lemonade, tea, that like Goombay Bay with juice or whatever it is, like tropical juice that they have at like Half Moon Key and Princess Key. So I don't know. I just don't like the fact that it's like you're spending all this money.
Nice and clean.
I'm on a live, Bati. Bati's over here yapping. He just got out of the shower. Anyway, I'm going to try this again. Carnival Wi-Fi is so expensive and it just has not been working well at all. But anyway, at PMO, we just got back from Celebration Key. And,
Isn't it Celebration K?
no, oh my God, no. It's literally spelled K-E-Y. By the way, C-A-Y is Key too. So the one thing I do like about Celebration Key is that they just went ahead and spelled it Key so people don't get confused. But anyway, I tried to do a live a minute ago. Carnival Wi-Fi is terrible. It's been testing my nerves all day. So I'm actually now on my AT&T, which also has been testing my nerves today. So hopefully this live works. I do see already quickly 14 people on here. So if you are on here, pop a comment in so I can make sure comments work because sometimes Facebook comments are also wonky. And we'll chat about Celebration Key. And actually I might do a little bit of makeup while we chat. Hey babe, will you hand me those like 4 foundation little sticks? They're called, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hand me all those.
I got it right.
Yay, good job babe. So you're learning girl things. Hi Leanne, hi Natalie. Hopefully it's better this time. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is not great. And this whole cruise has not been my favorite, you guys. I gotta be honest. I think that my love affair with Carnival might be coming to an end. I've always been a huge Carnival fan. That was my first ever Carnival cruise with Carnival. And I've been a Carnival defender, a Carnival loyalist. And yeah, I know I don't use a beauty blender. I've tried different beauty blenders and I didn't intend for this to be a get ready with me, but I'm like, you know what? Tonight's elegant night, so I'll just like go ahead and start throwing a little bit of makeup on. Hi, Chris. Hi, Carrie. And Aubrey. And Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey. That's my cat's name. I know it's weird. I name my cats like human names. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm falling out of love with Carnival. And I think after this particular cruise, we're on Sunrise right now. And we're docked right now. Mardi Gras is right across the way here. And we are docked in Celebration Key. So this was my and Bati's first visit here. Celebration Key just opened less than 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks. Tomorrow's 2 weeks it's been open. And I was so excited. I didn't love it, you guys. Yeah, so Nadine, the tea. The real tea. And I'll do a review video and I got to think about it some more. And like right before we left, I was like, we were just floating in the ocean. My family, I've got 14 of us. We were just like floating. I'm like, I want to know what you guys think. Like kids' perspective, adults' perspective. One sister has the Bubbles package. One sister has the drink package. And everybody had the same thought, which is, this is beautiful, but it feels like a tourist trap. So I've heard some people like jokingly that I haven't even been, that just kind of saw the cost online. jokingly refer to it as Celebration Fee. Hey, babe.
What?
Would you just kind of hand me literally all that makeup there, like on this towel? Thank you. I love you.
Babe, you don't need makeup.
I do. Oh, you're so sweet. But yes, I do. But anyway, yeah, we're in Carnival Sunrise, and Mardi Gras is right here, down next to us. But yeah, it just feels like Carnival was trying to compete with Royal Caribbean. It's like they tried to create their own version of Perfect Day Coco Cay, which somebody said in my comments, and I'm like, I think that's like the closest representation. They said it's like the Team U version of Coco Cay. I'm like, oh my God, it is. It is. It feels like, and even from the like design, when you walk down the pier and it's got like the little triangular like awnings overhead, it feels like they're trying to be like Coco Cay, and then they have like the Celebration Key sign. But this is not Coco Cay. Coco Cay is far superior to Celebration Key. I'll just say it. Yeah, just everything costs money. Everything costs money here. You just feel nickel and dimes, and I don't like that. And it's really nice. It's very beautiful. The lagoon or the pool is massive, and it's lovely. I mean, it's brand new, so it should be great condition. So we did both the pool and the ocean. I wanted to try both. And so Batsy and I bopped around the pool for a little bit. We like the pool a lot. No complaints about the pool.
Yeah.
And we were in Starfish Lagoon. So there's like two sections. There's like Starfish Lagoon, which is more geared toward kids and family. And then there's Calypso, which is more geared toward adults. And oddly enough, the adults section looked way more crowded. Like by the time we even left, especially, the ocean by where the adults part was, which is the Calypso, was romping with people. But yeah, you just feel nickeled and dimed. Like
minus the one meal. They give you one meal.
Yeah, and that meal is like cafeteria food. That's the problem. Not at all.
We had a hi everybody. You can see up my nose. We had a burger. I had a burger. Most of us had burgers, but I mean, it's obviously not Guy's burger. It's just a regular old.
Honestly, I would rather would have waited and got
burger.
back on the ship and had a Guy's burger.
Yeah, so there's pizza, burger, hot dog.
Chicken was pretty,
Some
the chicken was probably the best. The
Mediterranean option, which might have been better too, actually.
The pizza actually was bad. So we didn't do the food trucks, right? Oh, babe, I'm missing my eyebrow thingy. We don't have any of those.
You sure?
Okay, so the food situation. Let me explain to you. Okay, so Celebration Key is all of it is absolutely massive. So, and keep in mind, it's really hot. You're in the Bahamian sun. It's in July. So a lot of times, and we have 14 people, including 6 little kids, 2 older kids, and people just don't want to be walking. And my one sister and my one niece, they're big walkers. They actually like to walk, and they walked the entire property. But here's the problem, all right? It is designed around the lagoon pool, which is one massive, and it's great. It's a massive pool, right? Who doesn't love a big, giant, beautiful pool? But they should have designed like a walkway through it, like a cut through, because you kind of have like the family friendly side, which has the pool and then the beachfront, and then you have like the adult side, which is pool and then beachfront. But if you want to get to the back end of the island, like it is just not well designed in terms of like how you get there. It's a really, really, really long walk, and all of the food options, unless you really go hoof it, is basically the food hall. And the food hall is not great at all. There is a bee problem. I kept seeing the bee problem. That is legit a problem.
They got to do something about that.
They got to do something about it. And I've heard that they've done, they've actually brought in like wildlife control because they know it's a really big problem. The bees are definitely a problem. Food is like cafeteria food.
Where do bees come from on an island like that? Isn't that weird? Weird.
Bees are everywhere, I think.
Crazy though. Oh, and there's people outside our window.
Oh yeah, we don't have the best room. We have an ocean view, but it like is on the deck, kind of walkway. But anyway, so you have to walk a lot. So I keep seeing John Heald post about like all these fun foods and like these specialty donuts and stuff and the food trucks. But the problem is these food trucks and things are like way the hell back. Like you gotta really hoof it to go back there. And if you are with folks with mobility issues, which we have a couple folks that have mobility issues. We have a lot of kids that are like, oh, I get hot, like I don't want to walk. And I also just want to like jump right in the pool in the water. You got to really, really, really walk like pretty far to get to the food truck. And also I wasn't even that hungry. I wasn't that motivated to like go. I'm like, a burger's fine. So into the food hall, I got a burger. Batsy got a burger. My daughter got a pizza. So I took a little nibble of that. My niece got the chicken tenders, took a little nibble of that. The chicken tenders were probably the best It's kind of hard to mess up a pizza, but even the pizza was not very good.
Really? The pizza looked cool.
No, it did look good actually, but it didn't taste very good. And I have very, very low standards with food, especially pizza. Yeah, people always say pizza is like sex. Even bad is still pretty good. Like, that's a funny like expression. Well, Celebration Key pizza is just not that great. So the pool, big and beautiful. The ocean, it's a little rocky. The beach is a little rocky. And normally you can rely on the Bahamas to not be super seaweedy. That's usually more of like a Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico port problem. But there was quite a bit of seaweed, more so than I've experienced in other Bahamas locations. By the way, we're in Freeport. It's not a private island, somebody mentioned. It is true. It's a private, like beach, private land. It's basically Freeport, which is everyone's like least favorite cruise port destination, like mine included. So, yeah, the food, I think to get the good stuff, you got to go, oh my gosh, but lipstick. This is hard to do, like looking at myself on the phone. Babe, will you have me a tissue, please? Thank you. I appreciate you.
Do you have an issue?
Oh my God, he says every time I ask for tissue, which is often. Do you have an issue? Yeah, I have an issue. I've got lip stain all over myself because I am doing a terrible job here. But the food, yeah, the food, not good. And then to add insult to injury, you get one meal, which is fine for most people, right? But like say you get something, you're like, ooh, I just don't like this. I wish I got something different. They actually, it feels cheap. It feels like you're being nickel and dime. It feels like you're in a tourist trap. It's like you go get your food. You actually have to put it on a tray. You take it through. You feel like you're in a cafeteria. It's like tastes like hospital or cafeteria food. They scan your card and you get that one meal. And then if you want an additional meal, it's like obscene. It's like $12.99 plus 18% gratuity plus 10% VAT if you want anything else. So I think for the good food, you got to skip the food hall and you got to go walk, hoof it pretty far in the back to go to the food trucks. But I really wish they would have had the food trucks more accessible, especially for families or people with mobility issues. Because speaking of mobility issues, they do have trams that run, but they don't seem to have any that are just for people that have mobility problems or disabilities. So they have to wait in like the general population line, which is a bunch of people that just don't want to walk. Because the pier is kind of long. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's actually shorter than like Costa Maya, which has a really long pier. Probably equivalent of about like what Nassau, the pier is, or the walking equivalent there. But yeah, you really gotta walk. You gotta walk around to get to the really good food options. And because we had kids, we ended up not even going back there because I didn't care enough to go back there. The water is lovely, but a little seaweedy compared to other Bahamas ports. Rocky. There's some rocks on the beach, which I'm not used to in the Bahamas. Usually it's like that sugar soft white sand, but there's some rocks, and then there's some rocks in the water. Definitely not like Princess Key. Princess Key is a problem with the rocks. So not to that extent, and not to the extent either that I think you need water shoes. Anyone that goes to Princess Key, absolutely. I always like, bring your water shoes, always. Not that bad, but definitely rocky. And then Batsy did some snorkeling. He didn't see a single fish, did you?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Bummer.
Apparently some people in our group did. I didn't see any
Who,
of it.
Peter? Did you see some fish?
I think his dad saw one.
Oh, yeah?
But, yeah, so there's a couple maybe, but I couldn't see any. I got unlucky.
But yeah, Heather, the bees were a problem. It was definitely a problem. I think it's actually a little better than it was because it's like heard that was really bad. But it was still pretty bad. It was
The rocks.
frustrating.
Oh, the seaweed. I mean, I don't think that was even seaweed. It was just like it's hard to, it's kind of like a weird, orangey, like kind of like a leaf. It's not like seaweed, but there's a lot of it. It's not terrible, but yeah.
Yes, Leanne. The trucks are just too far away. That's the problem. They're way too far away. So if you visit Celebration Key and it's just like a couple or a solo traveler, you don't have kids, you don't care to walk, you don't have mobility issues, I think you're going to like Celebration Key a lot better. My recommendation is to walk way to the back. It's going to be much less crowded. You're going to have access to all the good, fun food trucks and restaurants. Skip the food hall. The food is very cafeteria food. But those of us that are in big groups or we have kids or people with mobility issues, it's definitely harder. So we basically camped out and posted up right by the pier. So when you walk off the pier, there is Starfish Lagoon, which is off to the right. Again, family friendly, beachfront, and then the pool. And then over on the left, you've got Calypso Lagoon, which is beachfront, more adult oriented. And there are some adult only in like rental areas, and then they're like pool. But the pool is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But there's a lot of beautiful pools. And so I think where I'm landing with Celebration Key, the questions about the bees, Stacy, just the bees are a problem. There are a problem. They're not everywhere, right? So we didn't have a problem. It's just the food. And the pool and the beach, no issue.
It's all by the food.
No issue. It's just the food, right? And there's also a problem with overcrowdedness. This is really overcrowded. I hate crowds. I hate lines. We're docked here with Mardi Gras, so I get that. Mardi Gras is a huge ship. We are not a huge ship. We're Sunrise. We're only 2 here today. So it just felt really, really overcrowded. So Stacy, if you got a cabana, good for you, because I think a cabana would be a much more pleasant experience. We got off the ship a little late. We left at 10:30, and we had a hard time finding chairs. I knew we were not going to find chairs for 14 people. And had we not had kids and people with mobility issues, we would have walked further back, because you really got to get around to avoid the crowds. But it was tough finding a chair. And eventually after a few hours, some people had gotten there early, got up and left, and we snagged 3 chairs together. We just needed a place to put our stuff, because we like to be in the pool and in the ocean and stuff. But somebody asked about Ocean Key, which is funny because I was literally there 3 weeks ago. In fact, I'm still peeling from the sunburn I got at Ocean Key. So I was good to sunscreen today. Learned my lesson with Ocean Key. Ocean Key is so much better. Ocean Key, it doesn't have the pool. So that's a good thing, because I know not everybody is a beach person, right? And so it is nice to have the pool, which is a perk of Celebration Key. And a lot of the private islands don't have a pool, or especially, this is a beautiful pool. So kudos for that. But Ocean Key is just so much more relaxing. The water's more relaxing. It doesn't feel as overcrowded. The food is just, it's like a buffet. It's free. It's included. The drink package works there. The Wi-Fi works there. You don't feel like you're being nickel and dimed. You don't feel like, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth. I just really don't like it at all. So I would say of all of the private destinations, babe, would you say this was your least favorite? Princess Key is pretty bad, just because of the rockiness.
No, this wasn't that bad for me, but
yeah, I just don't like the nickel and diming kills me. Giving literally a little paper cup of water. That's all you get. Even if you have the bubbles package, even if you have the drink package. And my sister bought a daiquiri, and it was very expensive, and it was 18% required gratuity and a 10% VAT. And yeah, somebody has a question here too. They said, isn't it supposed to be able to handle 4 ships at one point? I have heard that. And good Lord have mercy. There, you could not, I would not get off the ship. If I came back to Celebration Key and there were 4 ships docked here, I'd be like, hell no, and I would stay on the ship, because we were on Sunrise. Mardi Gras is next to us. Yes, Mardi Gras is a huge ship. It was very crowded today. Very crowded. Now, in the pool, was it okay? Because the pool is truly gigantic. So that wasn't bad. And the ocean was fine, but trying to find an umbrella and a lounger, trying to find a seat at the food hall, and then trying to dodge the bees. It was just not a good time. Not my favorite. Not my favorite at all. So, if I were picking itineraries, and I know everybody hates Nassau, but I recently went to Breezes in Nassau, which is, I don't know, $85 a person, and it's all inclusive. I would prefer, and I got to do the math, I would prefer to go to Nassau and buy a pass for Breezes, where there's no crowds, there's ample palapas, umbrellas, beach chairs. You don't have to worry about it. Lots of pool space, a grill where the food is all included, a buffet where the food is all included, alcohol beverages, even though I'm not a drinker. I like a virgin daiquiri. I like a soda sometimes. I would actually go with that and pay $85 a head versus Celebration Key. Because to have a good time at Celebration Key, you either have to walk really far back to try to get a place that's not crowded, that doesn't have the bees, that has the better food, or you spend an arm and a leg for the cabana. So somebody mentioned they rented a cabana. I was going to rent a cabana and spring for it because we got a family, but they're so tight on the numbers. So I was looking at cabanas that were even $1,000, which is a lot. And I'm like, damn, I could actually, because I ball on a budget. I do Frontier flights. I could do a whole small vacation cheaper than renting one cabana. And I'm like, is that really worth it? And we're only here till 3:30 today. So we have a pretty short call, and I don't know if I could justify that, but I still, just a splurge, because it's my family, was thinking about it. And they only limit it to 8 people or something, or 6 people. And then I wasn't sure if they were going to be really strict about checking wristbands, because I've heard kind of mixed information. And then it was some seeing $149 extra per person. And then I did look at the all-inclusive options, but then by the time you pay for all the inclusive options, or you even do a la carte with what you're paying for one drink, oh my God, I'd rather just go to Nassau and do an all-inclusive. I don't see the point of Celebration Key. So I will say I do not think this is the destination to where I would seek out an itinerary to try to come. So I booked this back in January when they first kind of announced dates because I wanted to be one of the first people to be here. I wanted to check it out. I was excited about it. It's the only reason I booked it because I also tell you guys I'm over the old Carnival ships. I just did Spirit in Alaska, which you have to. In Alaska, they only have the old crappy small ships. But I would not do an old ship for the Caribbean again. But I did it because I wanted to get to Celebration Key and I'm treating my family to a family cruise, and 14 people is expensive. Even when I get travel agent rates. By the way, if you want information on being a travel agent, comment mystery and I'll send it to you because I booked my family, 14 of us. I get free casino room. By the way, comment jackpot if you want me to tell you how I get free casino offers. So mine and Bati's room was free, but then I needed to get 4 additional rooms for the rest of my family. I booked them at the regular rate. And then I'm like, oh crap, I'm a travel agent. What are you doing? I think you qualify for discounted. They're called interline rates. And sure enough, I called Carnival and I did. And I got a refund of $640, you guys. So I'm like, heck yeah, being a travel agent definitely paid off in this case. So if you want information on being a travel agent, comment mystery and I will send you travel agent information. And if you want information on, this is very hard to do makeup in the phone. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do this later. Comment jackpot and I will send you information about that. But yeah, so Bridget, if there's 4 ships here, forget about it. Bati and I are watching The Sopranos right now. Again, we're rewatching it. So we talk like Jersey people all the time. Forget about it. I wouldn't come. I would not get off the ship. Don't say all those words because I don't know what they all mean and I don't want to actually say something offensive. But yeah, so Susan, you know, girl, I'm with you. I'm kind of over Carnival. I'm over Carnival. And I got to say, the shining star of Carnival that keeps me coming back and keeps me loyal is the crew. They're normally like the most friendly, sweet. I don't know if Sunrise just is like terrible working conditions. These mofos, they are surly. They are mean. My daughter has the rudest room steward I have ever encountered. I normally only fill out the survey to praise crew because I know that is really important to them and they get extra time off. I almost never complain about crew, like in a negative way, and certainly not by name, but let's just say I got some names on this one that's going to go on that survey. Very, very, very rude. Very rude staff. The guest services guy was mean too.
There's a certain someone in guest services, yeah.
Abraham.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, I remember names sometimes. And Art, the worst room steward in the history of stewards.
Actually, I think you got that name. I think.
No, it is. It's like artists and it's art.
Oh, okay. Well, damn. I know you're gonna put them on blast.
I'll put them on blast. They're lucky I don't make a tick. They were so rude to my daughter. They're lucky I don't make a video about it, which I'm very tempted to. So anyway, yeah, comment mystery if you're just popping in. You're like, why are people commenting mystery and jackpot? Those are keywords. I'll send you information. Mysteries if you want information. Yeah, I know. Can I? I'm gonna do it later. It's very hard to do it like in a phone. I need to do it in a mirror. But we actually might catch a little nap and then I'll do makeup in here. And although Bati already looks ready to go. Ding, sir.
Oh, yesterday. Tell them what the magician said.
Oh, the magician said that.
There's an excellent magician on here. Gonna give him
he's normally a little bit of a stingy tipper compared to me.
No, I'm not.
And he was like he's like, give this man all the money, the tip money. The magician at the dinner last night. He's like, I don't know what skincare routine you have, but your skin is glowing.
Okay, I'm not stingy. That's wrong, by the way.
Stingy.
There's incidents with the porters that we have to talk about, but remember?
He stays fighting with these reporters.
That's not stingy when you tip somebody handsomely and then they still say, hey, hand it over. With the last few bucks remaining in your hand, there's a problem with that. We're going to talk about that one. But
yeah.
It's not stingy.
Yeah. But anyway, someone said I smell a Carnival ban. Look, if Carnival ever bans me for being honest, I'm always fair. I never unfairly bash Carnival. You know, I am very generous with Carnival, even when they're on some BS. And like even Celebration Key. So there is some absolute upside. And if you're coming to Celebration Key, you should be excited because there are some beautiful things here. The water's beautiful. I mean, it's the Bahamas. It's always going to be beautiful. The pool, amazing. So if you're a pool person, you're going to love it. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. It's just not. The bees are a problem. The food is very mediocre. It's very nickel and dimey. I just think there's better options. I'd rather book Royal and go with Coco K. I really would. And my daughter loves water slides, and it was super disappointing that she wasn't able to do them because first you have to pay for the water slides. They're $15. And then they sold out weeks and weeks before a cruise. So, you know, it's like, sorry, kiddo, you can't do any water slides at all today. So, yeah, I feel like I'd rather do Coco K. Hold on, he's announcing something. Oh, we're missing some people. They're doing the call of shame right now of people that missed the return to ship time. So it's 3:44 and our return to ship time was 3:30. That's another thing. It's a really short call, which is not great. Ooh, there's a lot of people missing. So yeah, there's a lot of people missing. So if not Carnival, what cruise line? Oh, Mardi Gras must be leaving, or is that us honking? I don't know. Royal Caribbean is great. Royal Caribbean, I would say, is the most equivalent to Carnival in terms of like the fun, the clientele of like being kind of like more family friendly and like younger oriented and more shows and entertainment and things to do. I never thought in a million years I would say this, but MSC, but with a big caveat, I do not recommend old MSC ships. But we just got off World America, and I think that's what's making this harder too, is like I'm still sunburned from Ocean Key. We just got off World America 3 weeks ago or something like that. And man, it's tough to go from that to this. And this is my 3rd time on Sunrise, so I'm very familiar with Sunrise. But MSC, the Seascape, Seaside, Seashore, the Sea Ships, and then World America. Excellent choices. The food is not great. I still think Carnival food is a little bit better overall than MSC, but if you do the specialty dining package, which is what I recommend to people. So with MSC, if you do MSC, 2 things. You got to do the newer ship and definitely invest in the specialty dining package. And then also make your reservations quickly, because if you don't, those dining times book up really, really fast. So yeah, World America, it'll knock your socks off. I cruise so often that I normally when I get off a cruise, I'm actually not that sad because I love my home. I love being home. And so like, but MSC the last night we were like curled up in bed and we're like, oh my God, I wonder if we could do a back to back. I wonder if they have any openings. Like that would be so fun. So I was actually considering that and they were booked up. So MSC is great. And Nicole, the casino offers are pretty good. And by the way, Nicole, comment jackpot and I will send you information about it, because that's how I cruise on MSC for free. Is I had a Holland America Cruise Line offer. I uploaded it with this specialty travel agency that deals with casino players, and they take that offer to other cruise lines and they match it. So I had a Holland offer and I got a free Virgin, MSC, Royal Caribbean, Virgin. Oh, and I just booked Norwegian, my first Norwegian cruise. So we're going to do November. And Leanne, I did see Dirty Dancing. And girl, let me tell you, that was my favorite movie as a kid. So I'm a little biased. Literally the best cruise ship show I've ever seen in my life. And I did the full like actual movie version. It's so really cool. Jessica, yes, my messages are automatic. I get over actually now like 3,000 DMs, comments, and emails a day. So yeah, I have to automate, but I do respond to some personal like things. It just depends. Yeah, someone said Yacht Club. I want to try Yacht Club. And I even finally, we had such a great time on World America. Pop in here, don't be shy. That I was like, it's crazy expensive, but I think it's worth like an anniversary cruise or something. But Yacht Club, I looked, it's like crazy sold out like a year in advance, because speaking of MSC casino offers, not only on World America.
No, it's okay. No.
Oh wait.
Not all of me.
So you are in your underwear.
Not all of me.
Botsy in his briefs.
Why do you think I'm over here?
Oh, I was wondering why you're being shy. Normally you're not shy to be on camera. I told you not to come. We just got a shower after being out in the ocean. You're crazy for that. Anywho, yeah, so I forgot. I got distracted. Botsy in his underwear. Oh my God. But yeah, World America, absolutely fantastic. I do think Carnival food is better. Buy the specialty package, get it early, make your reservations early. But yeah, I wanted to love Celebration Key. There's a lot to like about it. They're probably gonna call my name and be like, we're kicking you off the ship. So there's a lot of great things about Ocean Key. But, and again, they just opened, right? So keep that in mind. My recommendations would be the bee problem. And I know they're on that. I actually read somewhere that they're calling in like local wildlife control to try to figure it out. And the bees was contained to a certain area. It's not like when you're at the beach, there's bees buzzing, or at the pool. Not at all. It's like the food area, more around like the sticky syrups of the soda machines. So when you're at the food hall, just go somewhere further out and the bee problem is not as bad. But they need more seating in the food hall. There definitely was a difficulty finding space, and definitely shaded. So they have like some partial coverage over the picnic tables. But I would say it's probably like what, 50-50? Only about half are shaded. So we like had a picnic table and like half of it had shade and half of it didn't. So we're all kind of like trying to squeeze on the shaded side. So I think they need more shade in the food hall, more seating in the food hall. And my goodness, the nickel and diming, I can't with it. That's my biggest beef with it. To get a little cup, a little paper cup of water. I have a sister that paid for the bubbles package. I have a sister that paid for the drink package. And it's just insulting on a carnival property to have to pay for a beverage. And then it's 18%. No. Well, the one did because she didn't know what she was doing. And I know they have kinks to work out, so I hope they work these out. And the food trucks look wonderful, but they're so far back. And again, with the design, I wish they had built a walkway straight through, because basically what happens is you got this big, beautiful pool. And I would say of everything, that's probably my favorite part about Celebration Key. That pool is amazing. It's an amazing, amazing pool. So it's like the ocean entry. So what that means is it like gradually goes in. And it also is sand.
There's sand, yeah.
And some people might hate that if you don't like sand, but it's kind of nice because you feel like you're at the beach. And you don't have to worry about like spraying off your feet. Like, it's okay. But then you go in, but the pool has like zero shade. So I kind of wish, it's kind of hard though to shade a massive lagoon like that. But with design, I wish they had built like a walkway straight through, because if you want to visit the food trucks or the things in the back, you got to go way around. And I have a sister who loves to walk. So she's actually going up and down 9 decks voluntarily, for fitness. And she's like, man, it was tough. Even, oh, hi, John Heald. Yes, water is free in Celebration Key. But I wish you would make the juice and the lemonade and the tea. Come on, man. That stuff can't cost that much. And we're in Half Moon Key tomorrow, which is one of my favorite private islands, my favorite carnival private island. And you get all the juices, and they're really good juices, and you get the buffet.
Guava juice.
The guava juice. Well, it's like a Goombay, something like that.
We want guava.
We want guava juice. So just, it requires a lot of walking. And again, if you have mobility issues, if you've got folks with smaller kids, which again, we've got both of those things in our party, it's really difficult to get around. So we kind of were a little bit kind of constrained to like the front entry part. And again, it's just us, we're Sunrise, Mardi Gras over here, docked with us, only 2 ships in port, but it was so crowded. So I would recommend, if you come in, go, if you don't have little kids or mobility issues, go, my recommendation, go as far back as you can. That's where all the good food is. That's where you're going to have less fighting for a lounger. You're going to think I have more shade, stuff like that. Definitely book your stuff in advance, because I did opt not to buy a very overpriced cabana. Thought about it, but when I went in to buy anyway, when I was still debating there, I'm like, oh, they're sold out anyway. So those you want to buy in advance, the water slides, they do sell out. My kid loves water slides. She was bummed. I'm like, sorry, kiddo. I tried to buy them, but I waited around. It's kind of my fault, but don't delay in buying all of that stuff. So Latasha, we're in Freeport. It's not very far. And I thought about that too. I thought about actually, cause I had a private driver reach out to me. I was like, hey, do you ever come to Freeport? I'm like, actually, I'm going to come to Freeport, but I had to check out Celebration Key. So, you know, I'm glad I did. And it's beautiful. The pool is beautiful. The bees are a little bit of a problem. The bees are mostly contained, again, food hall, the drink, the soft drinks. So steer clear of that. Go far in the back. My brother-in-law did buy some calamari. He said it was okay. So the food, I don't think, is going to be winning any awards. And again, it is limited, so you do have to swipe your card. And then they had a frustrating issue too, where my sister went to the gift shop and she wanted to buy something, and they didn't take the sale inside. So she didn't have her credit card with her. So she wasn't able to buy something in the gift shop. So bring your credit cards, because I know there's like a lot of messaging around Celebration Key is a cashless, you know, whatever it is, but it's not credit cardless apparently. So bring your sale and sign card, bring your credit card, because if you want to buy souvenirs and things. But she bought also a daiquiri, again, 18% included gratuity and a 10% VAT. And she has the drink package, but the drink package does not work on Celebration Key. So yeah. Ronnie, you are correct. Sunrise does have a slight poop odor. And I know you say you're not sure why. This is a carnival. This is formerly known as the ship, formerly known as Carnival Triumph, which if you didn't see the Netflix documentary is the poop cruise. Actually, it's Bossy and I. It's my third time on Sunrise.
Mine too.
His third time. He did it once without me. What were you thinking? Our first ever cruise was on Sunrise. So our anniversary is in 6 days. And it's so fun to be back on our first ever cruise ship, which actually had the best crew member ever, Hermes.
And director.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's Georgia. Oh, my God. How did Sunrise? It fell so far so fast. Yeah, this ship had the best cruise director I've ever had in my life, which is Georgia. She's pregnant, about to pop. So she's not cruise directing right now. And John Heald, I know you're on here. If you're still on here, Georgia, hire her back, pay her triple, whatever you got to do. She's freaking amazing. And Hermes.
She should be on the XL classes.
Yeah, she should. Why is she not on the XL? She's amazing. I love Georgia. I even allow his slight crush on her. He has a slight crush on her. I'll allow it because I have a little crush on her too. But anyway, Georgia's amazing. Hermes, the bartender in the casino, was amazing. We've been looking for him everywhere. But the crew on this, they're freaking surly. They're surly. They're mean. They don't know the policies. The steward that my daughter had, he is awful. I've never had a bad steward. Stewards are like the hardest working people. I tip so generously. He's so mean, you guys. My nephew, because again, we have 14 family members. My nephew is in there. And he's biracial, and I don't know if that played into it, but the steward comes in and he's like, who is this? He's not in this room. And he kicked him out. And he was asking her, he's like, is this your boyfriend? Is this whatever? And it's like, I don't. And then she walks out because he had to convert the beds because it was one and they needed them split to two. And he's like, step out. And he's like, why are you not wearing shoes? Because she's in her stateroom. He's like, put your shoes on. So yeah, Mama Bear about to go Mama Bear. Like I said, I never fill out surveys to put bad stuff, only good stuff. By the way, do that. That's really, really, really important for the hardworking crew. I've heard certain cruise lines for sure. I know they get extra time off if they get mentioned by name. So take pictures of name tags of the really good crew. But I'm going to say some bad stuff this time. And Abraham and Guest Services, you too. So anyway, someone said Andy is an amazing cruise director. I haven't had Andy on anything yet. Christy said she had Louis on Jubilee. Louis fine. He's all right. We have Leon. I've never heard of Leon, but he's fun. He's funny. But I will tell you, tonight is Bati's favorite, which is Love and Marriage. And this is why I can't quit Carnival. Because they have some of the best. Like, guys, I'm telling you, if another cruise line ever, I can be their unpaid business consultant giving unsolicited advice.
Well, they did it on MSC.
Well, MSC, oh my God, MSC is straight up coming for Carnival. They hired is it Dr. E?
Yeah.
Dr. E. It's funny, I didn't know that he's a former Carnival guy. And I'm like, oh my God, this cruise director is so good. He's giving Carnival. And normally MSC cruise directors are just kind of weird and at most. And I'm like, I love this guy. And then come to find out, I was like doing updates on Facebook. They're like, oh yeah, we love Dr. E. He used to be on Carnival. I'm like, oh my God, that tracks. So MSC is coming for Carnival in the entertainment aspect. And that really stepped it up. But they straight up ripped off Love and Marriage, which is our favorite cruise ship show. We cruise so much, we actually don't go to most shows anymore because we've seen them all. Even the comedian on this one who's really good, it's Jorge or George. We've seen him before, and we'll see him again because his set might differ, but it's probably the same. But we usually don't do those things. But Love and Marriage is our mainstay. But MSC on World America straight up rips off Carnival. So, Kimberly, you had Gabby. We liked Gabby. Gabby actually bought Bati a coffee because our card wasn't working.
Oh, the 5 minute rule. Yeah.
Well, John Heald's on here. We don't want to tell how we shared the drink package. The card didn't work, so Gabby bought Bati a coffee, which was super, super nice. So Larry, MSC, they're definitely coming for Carnival. They do status match, so if you are looking for an alternative to Carnival, MSC is a great option. And by the way, comment Jackpot if you want information. I'll send you about how you, it's a travel agency. I don't work for them or anything. I just use them. That's how I cruise free on other cruise lines. Comment Jackpot. I'll send you the information. Kindle Fire. I love the ladies. I always want the ladies to because I feel like cruise line stuff is so male dominated. I've heard Kendall's amazing, and she was supposed to be, she's cruise director on Jubilee. And I did my hosted cruise in April, and she just had rotated off. So we missed her, which I was sad. But we missed the Scotsman, the Flying Scotsman. He was awesome. But he retired from cruise directing, which I gotta say, I don't know how people do that. The energy to have to be super high energy all the time. I'm pretty high energy, but I like need my downtime, so I can't. But yes, Tammy, Love and Marriage is tonight. We're so excited. It's elegant night. Although people always fight me, I'm a elegant night girly. I love dressing up, but some people.
I love it. That's the best. I love it. I love getting dress coded. It's great.
See, this is the great thing about Carnival. You don't get dress coded. Literally every Holland America cruise we've ever taken, which is, we do about 2 Hollands a year. This man gets dress coded and straight up sent back to his room. Hi, Kelly is on here. And,
but you could wear slippers and they don't say anything.
he gets so mad because I wear a beautiful dress.
With flip flops.
They're fancy girl flip flops. And he's like, why do you not get dress coded? And I'm like, I'm technically in adherence with the dress code. So anyway.
I wear shoes and pants and I get dress coded. Jeez.
He's salty about it. But see, that's not going to happen on Carnival. It's one of the things I like about Carnival. Anything goes, right? For better and for worse. But yeah, Gabby's good. Kendall, I've heard she's great. Leon, yeah, he's really fun. So yeah.
Leon's not my cup of tea.
Oh, sir, wait till he hosts Love and Marriage. And the true test of a cruise director.
Leon or Dion?
Oh, Leon and Dion, they rhyme. We had Leon.
No, Leon's not.
This is Dion.
Leon's a little stale for me.
Dion's this one, right?
Yes.
I had never heard of him. He must be new. By the way, I do think that I kind of figured out, like, Carnival has like a hierarchical system. So it's like when you're entry level or you're trying to prove yourself, you get put on the Sunrises of the world, which yes, does smell like poo here and there. But a lot of ships do. Actually, World America had a poop deck. I think it's just a cruise ship thing. I think every deck is going to have some area that has the wafting smells of poo.
This time I haven't smelled it.
We haven't smelled poo, actually, on the poop ship. So that never bothers me. Although sometimes I think some people pass gas and then they say, oh my God, we're on the poop deck. You sure about that, sir? So, yeah. So we have... Oh, Jackie Tang. I have had Shake Your Thing with Jackie Tang. But yeah, we have Dion, and he's new. But I think the newbies get put on the cheaper ships like Sunrise, which is what we're on. And they have to prove themselves, and I think they make their way up, and eventually like Vista class, and then Excel is like the creme de la creme. So Mitchell says tuxedo speedo for Bati. I think that would be a great look. I'm trying to get him to wear like the European shorts, but he isn't having it. So I have not had Joey as a cruise director yet. And it is funny being on this ship. Again, it's my 3rd time on Sunrise, and we're celebrating our anniversary in 6 days. So it's actually kind of our anniversary cruise, which, by the way, update you guys. We did tell you on a live that we were going to do, after this cruise, we're going to go home and then come right back to Miami and sail on Virgin on a casino offer. By the way, comment jackpot if you want casino information. Sadly, we had the room on hold and it sold out. So we are not going to be on Virgin. We're just going to go home. We're going to have a steak dinner. So this is technically our anniversary cruise. Not the fanciest cruise ship. And I had a little FOMO with Mardi Gras right here. I'm like, I want to go to there. He's Mrs. Shax. He actually was like, I wonder if I bribe someone that's on Mardi Gras, if they would go on the ship, get some Shax, smuggle it off the ship for me. So, hey, if anybody on here is on, we might have left. Are we leaving yet? It's 4:02.
Well,
see, I can't open my window because there's literally people that walk out here.
No.
Is that Mardi Gras? See, okay, Mardi Gras, if you're over here. Actually, they could throw it to us.
Just throw it over the window. Yeah.
If you're on Mardi Gras right now, please go get some Shax for this man. This man is obsessed with Shax Big Chicken. Casey, I do like Celebrity. I just did Celebrity in February. I did Celebrity Silhouette. It was very nice. Celebrity is just, I use this word to describe it, and people get offended, the celebrity lovers. I do not mean this in a bad way, but Celebrity is sedate. Okay? That doesn't mean old or boring. It just means calm, relaxing, it's sedate. So that's not a bad thing. That's not necessarily a good thing, depending on what you're looking for on a cruise. So I like Celebrity. I actually had booked Celebrity Beyond, but I had to cancel it. Conflict came up, sadly. But I do hope to get on one of their Apex or Beyond, or like one of their fancy ships. Because I think it's really, really important. Really important, because that when you cruise, you have to do little old ship and then big fancy new ship, because this is a night and day difference. The difference between Sunrise and Mardi Gras, night and day difference. Very, very different vibes. And I hate it when people are like, oh my God, Royal Caribbean is so far superior to Carnival. and they sailed Icon of the Seas, and then they sailed Sunrise. I'm like, that's apples and oranges, right? You gotta sail, compare Mardi Gras to Icon, or Utopia to Jubilee. That's apples to apples, right? Or compare Independence of the Seas with Sunshine or Conquest. You have to make sure it's comparable, because that's not fair. So, okay, Jared, he said it's shacks, not shacks. It's the same. How do you pronounce shack? He said it's shacks, not shacks. It's shack, S-H-A.
Shack, apostrophe S.
How do you pronounce it? Shacks, right? Shacks. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
because it's a possession.
No, I know, but I think he's saying it's not pronounced like shacks, because we have this debate.
Shacks.
You guys, P-I-N and P-E-N. I don't know if it's because I'm a Southerner. Believe it or not, I am actually in Kentucky, but I'm like Northern, so I'm more Midwest. Pen and pen are the same thing to me. And I'll be like, oh, hand me a pen. He's like, you mean a pen? I'm like, yeah, a pen. Pen and pen. We had this debate at dinner last night. How do you say it? What's a P-I-N? Say it.
There's two different things. The one you write with is a pen, P-E-N, pen. A pin, like a pin on a map, P-I-N, pin. Pin, pen.
Pen.
Pin, pen.
Pen.
She calls everything pen.
It's pen. I don't understand it. It must be a regional thing. Christy, Carnival Liberty. Good ship. I like it. It's kind of, again, these older ships. I actually like the atrium style, which Liberty is, which also Sunrise is. The kids love it because I like the Lido deck parties. Those are fun, but sometimes it's raining or it's super windy or it's really hot or humid. And I like the atrium parties where the cruise director kind of comes down in the middle and like you can be up on the different levels in the decks, and they do sing-alongs and stuff like that. Speaking of cruise directors, I had T.O.D.D. Todd Evans. I love him. Not everyone loves him. I'm like, I think he's amazing. He's one of my faves. But he really killed that like atrium deck party. And by the way, it's really funny here where we are. We're actually like we're on deck 3, so we're like right by the atrium, so we can like hear stuff that's going on out there, and it's easy to get to. But I really like these atrium parties, and Liberty has that nice like atrium style. So yeah. It's Shaq, not Shaq. Well, Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. How do you say Shaq? I don't know. Oh, Bati is right. Tracy, don't gas him up. This man, Thank you, Kyle. Pen and pen. It's a pen. By the way, speaking of pen, we have to go today and get our VIFP loyalty pens. Pens. I get packing cubes because I'm platinum. They're actually pretty nice packing cubes. They're put away. But yeah, don't forget that if you're platinum, you got to go, or anyone, you have status for now until that goes away. And John Hield, if you're still on here, that's some BS. I hate Carnival for that. The BIFP changes. I'm still super salty about it. But go to Pixels and they will give you your VIFP gift. I don't ever get the pen because I don't need a bunch of them. Pen. Are you getting yours? Your gold pen? You already have a gold pen.
My pen?
Your
yeah,
pen.
I am gonna get
pen. Is that right? Pen?
My pin, yes.
It's pen. And I'm gonna get my packing cubes because I am actually, I love them and they're great. I love them. But in the future, that packing cube is gonna cost you about $20,000 per year when Carnival changes its VIFP program. So I'm gonna enjoy my packing cubes while they last. All right, really quick, a couple keywords. Comment jackpot if you want casino information. Comment mystery if you want travel agent information. Because again, Carnival refunded me $640 because I am a travel agent and I forgot to book under travel agent rates. I'm a doo-doo bird sometimes. And then comment sneezy if you want travel insurance information. I just Bati renewed my policy for me. I have an annual policy. It's $485 a year. It covers me and my 2 kids. It covers everyone in your household. You can be like my sister and have like 18 children, and it covers everybody for the same flat rate. So it's an amazing deal. And it covers cruises, it covers land, whatever you do, right? Smoking deal. So definitely encourage you to check that out. It's breezy if you want the information there. And then if you made a cruise booking directly with a cruise line and you want a travel agent to service it at no cost to you, you can find information right here. We have a takeover form. If you've recently booked it, you haven't yet paid it in full, chances are that we can take it over. And my booking team will earn a commission and they'll give you a cut of it. So you win and they win. So make sure you check that out there. So anyway, oh, thank you so much. I'm glad my videos are helpful to you. Someone asked about the Angel you keep hearing about. Angel is one of my private drivers. So I've established relationships with 8 private drivers across the country. I only pick the best of the best. I have a lot of private drivers. A lot of them are not great. But when I encounter a private driver that is just excellent, I ask them if they want to be part of my referred private driver network. And Angel is my private driver in Puerto Plata. So if you have a cruise to Amber Cove, which is Carnival's property there, or Taino Bay, which is every other cruise line, both of those are in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Angel is the best deal out of all my private drivers. I'm always like, dude, you got to raise your prices, right? If you go to I don't have it linked, but profmelissa.com/links, that's my links page. You'll find my private driver link. And you can check him out or all the other private drivers I have in different areas. And yeah, it's cheaper. Puerto Plata taxis are stupid expensive. PMO. So if you want to get around and you want to go to like Damahagua Falls, did once, we'll never do it again. Have a little PTSD from that. Monkeyland, if you want to do the Umbrella Alley or Pink Alley or the forts or a beach day, not the best beaches in Puerto Plata, honestly. Although I do have a great resort there. It's called Marian, Marien. I think I have it on my links page. But he can take you to all these places. There's a brand new scenic overlook that you can see, like the whole, like Puerto Plata and like the ships. It's beautiful. And it's like a restaurant too. But definitely check out Angel. He's a great deal. I have a driver in Nassau. He's a little pricey, but the Bahamas are just expensive. But there's a lot to do in Nassau that he can get you around to all of them really quick. Roatan, he's a very popular driver of mine. He's also pretty cheap, and he can take you to the eco parks, Iguana Farm. The sloths and monkeys you can't do. You can still see them and like kind of pet them, but you can't like hug a sloth anymore in Roatan. The Honduran government banned that recently. And then I've got Miami. My guy, he stays booked. He's amazing. He drove us here yesterday to get on the ship. Hector. I don't have anyone in St. Martin. See, someone says we need a driver from Cincinnati. You guys, I'm trying to recruit his brother to be a Cincinnati driver, and he's like, who goes to Cincinnati? That is offensive, Mr. Chicagoland. Lots of people come to Cincinnati, and lots of people come through Cincinnati and go to the airport. So I should have a Cincinnati driver, but somebody keeps playing. Maybe one day. We'll see. And then I also have Seattle. I got a new Seattle guy. I just locked him down when I cruised Alaska on Carnival Spirit in June. And then, Bonaire. I have a private boat charter. But anyway, go to my driver page and you'll see all of them. Jamie, I do not love San Juan. It's probably one of my least favorite cruise ports. I just went. I didn't even get off the ship on World America. It's actually the first time I've ever stayed on the ship on a port day. But it was on World America, which is an amazing ship. My favorite ship, tied with Mardi Gras, which is sadly next to us. I'm not on it. But not a fan. Not a fan. It's just lots of forts. And I mean, I like history. I like forts. But once you've seen one fort, you've seen them all. And so first time I went, I'm like, okay, I'm good on the forts. And it's not like the most convenient for beach days. So next time I go, I'll probably stay on the ship again. Or I'll do an excursion. The only thing I would really probably consider doing there would be El Yunque rainforest, which I hear is amazing. But it's a little far from the port. So if I were to do that, I would book it through the cruise line. Normally I'm a big go independent, go on your own. But in that case, I would do a cruise line excursion because it is kind of far away. And I don't want to risk losing or missing the ship. Ooh, the Reds won today. Thank you, Lori. Lori said the Reds won today. So definitely appreciate that. So Carmen, what do I not like about it? So if you're just tuning in, I yapped earlier about Celebration Key. There's a lot to like about it. It's beautiful. The pool, amazing. One of the biggest, nicest pools I've ever seen. And of the private areas that cruise lines own, I would actually venture to say Coco Cay, but it's like kind of comparable to Coco Cay. There's lots of loungers and umbrellas, but with Mardi Gras docked here today with us, it was very crowded. We did have a hard time finding a lounger and umbrella because we someone said we're leaving. Oh, I gotta get my phone off of data. By the way, Carnival Sunrise Wi-Fi, not the best. I actually started this live on Wi-Fi. I dropped. So I'm on data right now. So once we get a little far out in the ocean, I gotta end this live. We're gonna get hit with a massive phone bill from AT&T because you do not want to not be in airplane mode when you're out to sea. But I didn't like the nickel and diming. I didn't like the crowds. And part of that was the design of it. You have to really walk far around the lagoon to get to the back stuff, to get where the good food is, because the food hall food is not the best. And I really don't like the nickel and diming. At a bare minimum, my God, offer juice, lemonade, tea. Is it cost you that much to offer lemonade and tea? I mean, come on. And the other problem is too, you get this little like cup of little plastic like hospital cup for water. So you have to like keep going and refilling it. And it's also self-serve. So one thing I like about Royal Caribbean, like on embarkation day, they actually have staff that are like pre-filling cups of like water, lemonade. It just makes it, I'm a big efficiency person because I'm a business professor. I am an actual professor. I teach business and I'm always thinking business. I'm always thinking process. And Royal Caribbean is just so much more efficient with it. But like when you've got all these people, thousands of people converging on the food hall for lunch and we're all having to self-serve, you're having to get a cup. And it's also the ice is shared with the soft drink machines and there's the B problem. And you have to wait from people that are actually paid, that have paid for the soft drinks. And they're watching it like a hawk, the crew. They're making sure that you only get a soft drink if you pay for the soft drink. And by the way, Bubbles package and the Cheers package does not work at Celebration Key, nor does it at Princess Key or Half Moon Key. So you get your cup, you got to wait in line, get your ice, and there's like these 3 little water dispensers. It's just a very slow process. And again, it's like cafeteria. It's like cafeteria food. And you do have to swipe your Sail and Sign card. And so they track it. And if you want a second, it's like $13-14 for the equivalent of cafeteria food. So the food hall, they had pizza, a burger, chicken. The chicken was probably the chicken tenders were probably the best. And the cookie. Oh, I will say the cookie's very, very good. My daughter was like, this cookie is like bussin'. That's what the kids say when they like something. So, yeah. So they do have the food trucks. That's an exciting concept, but they're hard to get to. So if you're like me, you're in a group, people have some mobility issues, you're in a big group that's hard to try to get everybody around, and you have kids, getting and traversing all the way back to Celebration Key to get to those food trucks is a little bit difficult. So I really wish they could make those food trucks, they're mobile, move them more forward, make them a little bit easier. Jessica, I didn't look and see how much it was for a soda, but when I do my review video, I do want to mention that. But keep in mind, any drink that you buy, you have to pay for it. Soda included. You get water. Literally the only free beverage is water. That's, of all this, the nickel and diming of Celebration Key, that one probably peeves me the most. Like every other private island, there's like lemonade, some kind of tropical juice, tea. It's cheap. Come on. It doesn't cost that much. Here, it's literally little paper cups of water that are self-serve and you have to wait in a long line. It's just completely unnecessarily nickel and diming, and it leads to this perception of it being Celebration Fee, not Celebration Key. So sorry if my signal's in and out. But on top of the beverage that you purchase, soda or otherwise, it's 18% required gratuity and a 10% VAT. So it's expensive. I don't know if fountain drinks are refillable. I'll have to ask my sister who got one. But yeah, they watch it like a hawk. So I suspect probably not, but I gotta check. Yeah, Gingy says 2 drinks at the bar is $33. Dang, no, that's expensive. Especially if you're paying up to $85 per person per day for the Cheers package. You're paying all that, and then you're getting off the ship, and then you're paying all that. So if I, as someone who balls on a budget, if I'm looking at 2 itineraries, right? Normally, a private island is a place to go for a free beach day. And I always say, if you like economy, go pick an itinerary that has a private island because you get a free beach day. You get the free buffet, you get lemonade, you get whatever. But in the case of Celebration Key, the food is so mediocre and they're so tight about it, only getting 1 meal, which is more than enough, right? But it's more like the principle of the thing. And also if you get a meal and you choose the burger and you're like, ooh, this is not good, and you want to try something else, you can't. You got to pay $13-14 for it. And you have to pay for everything other than water. I would honestly prefer to go to Nassau and pay $65-75 a person to go to Breezes, which is all inclusive. All the food, all the alcohol, milkshakes, everything. Buffet, and they have a little grill out. They have fried conch. The food, not gourmet. It's better than Celebration Key, but it's all-inclusive food, right? But the big distinction is it's not overly crowded. We only had 2 ships here today, Sunrise, Mardi Gras. Apparently we're pulling out. Somebody said they saw us leaving. They must be on Mardi Gras. If I look at that and like how crowded it was with just 2 ships in port today, I would rather be at Breezes. I'm not having to fight for an umbrella and a lounger. I'm not having to walk really far to go find a less crowded space where I can get a lounger or several loungers for my family. And then the pool is just less crowded. There's servers that actually come and serve you at the pool instead of having to go to a bar. There is a swim up bar here at Celebration Key, but only in the adult pool area. So yeah, Tracy, I'm glad you went to Breezes. Like my day at Breezes was just so much more relaxing. And yes, that costs money, but if you compare even a moderate drinker, even a soda drinker, I don't even drink alcohol, I would rather pay to go to a place like Breezes, or I just was in Puerto Plata, Marion, $55 a person. It's criminally underpriced. Flawless, empty beach, huge pool, similar to the lagoon here at Celebration Key. Not as big, but very nice, but deserted. There's hardly anybody in there. Only the locals go to Marion. So I prefer those like off the beaten path or not so known all-inclusive resorts like Marion and Puerto Plata or Breezes in Bahamas. I'd far rather do that, have the beach to myself, the pool to myself, all included, not being nickel and dime, not having to go hunt down a drink. It's hard to get a drink here. You really have to go seek it out and have more of those things like easily at my disposal. I would far prefer to do that than Celebration Key, just being honest. So I do have Celebration Key on one of my itineraries for one of my other fall cruises. I don't remember which one. And so, yeah, I'm like actually kind of like not that excited about it. So I don't know. Sean, Breezes. I normally recommend a private driver in Nassau, but he's not cheap because nothing is cheap in the Bahamas. And so a taxi, you can't walk it. It's too far, but a taxi is pretty affordable and you can get them right there at the port. So just hail a taxi, get there. And then when you're done, don't worry, they'll have like a line of taxis there. It's easy to get back. Oh, Gingy says bees were all over the swim up bar. So I didn't do the swim up bar. I was in the family friendly section. So I definitely did not get a chance to experience that. But the bee problem was, in my experience today, at the food hall, in particular, concentrated around the soda machines, which makes sense because that's where all like sugary stuff is and stuff. JB, I'm not a drinker, so I can't tell you how much a beer is, but my brother-in-law and my sister are. They got some drinks today. They're gonna pull up their bills and tell me exactly what it is. So when I do my in-depth review, I'm definitely gonna share that. So yeah. Oh, and Tracy has a good point too. Yeah, when I go to Breezes in Nassau and when I go to Marion and Puerto Plata, there's no vendors, and that can be really annoying when you're at the beach and people are like trying to like always hawk something. But yeah. So Kevin, I wanted to try the food trucks, but we were with a big group of 14. A couple people had mobility issues. We have a lot of kids, and then the food trucks are pretty far. They're not convenient. So, and then, kids are squabbling. If you've traveled with kids, you know what it's like. And so I was like, we're just going to get the food hall. So I didn't go and try the food trucks because they're a little too far. So yeah, so there are some all-inclusive options here at Celebration Key, but they're expensive. Everything here is expensive. I was looking at cabanas and all the private rentals. And at one point, Carnival had the audacity. They were charging $20 to rent a freaking pool noodle for the day. And people squealed about that online. They lowered the price to $10.99, but still, you literally can go to Five Below and get one for $1. So if you are coming here, bring your own floaties. I have like an inflatable, my go-to. I'll buy it. My Amazon storefront is linked here. I have them there. But it's like a little hammock and you inflate the ends. It's the best thing ever. So I love that. Yeah, Kimberly, I have been on Freedom. Bati and I, no, we did Conquest. Kelly and I did Freedom. I just posted a Freedom review. It was Freedom or Conquest. They're very similar class. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I am to the point though with Carnival. I am kind of at a point, unless there's a specific reason, I'm only going to sail the Excel class. Just can't do it. Melissa, not great for people with mobility issues. So my sister has some mobility issues. She has some major back issues. So they do have a tram that runs, but it doesn't seem to be exclusive for people with mobility issues. So you get a lot of people that are visibly, they're just able-bodied, that just get on it and take it because they don't want to walk. And so the line is, really long. So, she felt like it was not the most disability-friendly place. But, it's just a really long pier, and they do have the tram, but the tram is, again, they need more. They need more of those trams. So, anyway, I do have to be popping off here in a minute because it's already 4:30, and also my battery's dying. and I think we're sailing, and I'm on my phone's data. So it's a bad combination. But really quickly, a couple of quick comments, keywords. If you want information on becoming a travel agent, comment mystery. I'll send it to you in your DMs. If you want information on free casino cruises, I want a free casino cruise. Free being very relative, very loose term. Comment jackpot. If you want information on travel insurance, comment Sneezy, Sneezy. And if you have recently booked a cruise direct to the cruise line, you haven't paid in full yet, and you want a travel agent to service it at no cost to you, and you want some free onboard credit, I have a takeover form linked here. So yes, Jessica, you can float in the pool with your floaty, but I have heard that Carnival's still kind of iffy on apparently maybe only allowing clear floats. I'm not sure what the rationale is of that, but we used our float today in the pool in the ocean and it was fine. So I don't know, but also keep in mind, Celebration Key, quick caveat, it's not even been open 2 whole weeks. They're working out some kinks. There are some things I hope they change, namely give the people some freaking lemonade and tea. Is that too much to ask, Carnival? Come on. So yes, offer some more beverages. And if you are coming to Celebration Key, bring your own float. Do not pay Carnival prices. It is obnoxious. Bring your own floaty for sure, and use it, because the pool is great, but you definitely want a floaty. And I noticed a lot of people, I guess, just didn't think to bring a floaty, and not everyone wants a floaty, right? Or needs a floaty. I like a floaty. But I think there's some folks that are like, oh, I should have brought a floaty. So bring a floaty. Bring a credit card, because if you want to buy something in the gift shop, they will not take your Sail and Sign card. My sister found that out, which was interesting. But they are working out some kinks. They're working on the bee problem. Apparently the bee problem's already better. Apparently it was really bad when they first opened. It's much better now. But they are working on that. And again, when you hear about the bee problem, don't think that you're going to get off the ship and be swarmed by bees. It is not like that at all. I promise you. It's not. It's just in the food halls, and apparently it's basically anywhere there's like the sugary soft drinks, the syrups from the soft drinks, the syrups from the alcohol beverages, everywhere that's going to attract bees. So steer clear of those areas and you're pretty much going to be fine. Oh, Kimberly, yes, my video was on Conquest. Well, that was my Conquest review. I do have a Freedom review too. It's hard to search my old videos on Facebook, but if you go to my YouTube channel, that is probably the easiest way to search for content. So, yeah, Susan, you're right. I better hang up. Although I see, babe, will you open that curtain? I feel like we're not moving, though. I don't know what's going on. Wow. Oh, we are out to sea. I didn't feel like we were moving. Hold on. I want to show you my view, and I got to get off here before AT&T hammers me with, like, the world's biggest phone bill. And I wish I could use Carnival's very expensive Wi-Fi that I paid a lot of money for. But, yes. Oh, Tasha. Well, it's supposed to be up here. I have like a links page, but if you go to my website, or actually comment takeover, just comment the word takeover. I forgot. I have a keyword. Comment takeover, and I'll directly send you all the info. That way you don't have to look for a link, but see, I see links here. I don't know if you guys can see them, but that's where my links are supposed to be. Oh yeah, my video is getting grainy, but let me show you. I got to show you my view. Unfortunately, it is of a deck, so people, oh, look at that little reflecting sun. Oh, that's a reflection from my phone. I thought that was like a sunset. No, that's just my flash. But anyway, there's the island. We're sailing away from Celebration Key over here. By the way, I do not recommend getting an ocean view that is on a walkway, because we have zero privacy. Although Botsy's laying here in his underwear. I'll show you the top half. Say hi. He's busy on his phone. But anyway, it's elegant night. So I gotta get off here too before I get a huge phone bill. And I gotta do hair and makeup and get ready. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Visit profmelissa.com. And by the way, if this pops up on your feed and you don't follow me if you like cruise content. But if you don't like cruise content, don't follow me, because that's about 100% of what I post. But anyway, nice as always chatting with you guys. Bye.